Sad boys, sad boys, sad boys, sad boys,
From East Tennessee, this is the Sad Boys Podcast. And now, here's your hosts, Gabe and Parker.
Whoa.
We're sliding right in.
Oh, we're in there, baby.
Oh, we're in there? Yeah, I've got my Jurassic Park mug and my cock out. I'm ready to record.
Let's do it,
I hope
baby.
our listeners are ready to listen.
Well,
you guys are very lucky that this is strictly an audio podcast.
hey, we record video too. I just don't post it.
Oh, well, don't. We'll make extra sure not to stand up. And this because for all you know, I am just wearing a shirt.
I just assume.
It's kind of cute though, you know? Like,
Just a little shirt
I take
cock?
that back. I think it's a little bit of a double standard because when girls wear just shirts, like big shirts, they're super cute. Like, that's cute. Like, that's like morning after, like, you know, movie scene. Like,
Morning
she's
after
wearing
what?
I don't know
Reading
what happens.
The Bible?
I've never been in a situation like that. I don't know. Personally. All I know is that it's very, very uncomfortable for people to see a grown man walking around in nothing but a shirt.
Oh, absolutely.
Because it just dangles out.
Shirt cocking it.
Is that what they call it?
That's what it's called.
Oh, well, now I know. The more you know. But what are we talking about today, Grabe?
Today, we're talking about It Chapter 2. And let me tell you, I'm excited to talk about this today.
I am too, because I've been stewing on it for quite some time.
I'm so excited I didn't take notes.
You're just ready to talk.
Yeah, I'm just going to talk about it.
Well, welcome to the Sad Boys.
Hello.
Oh, God.
A podcast by Parker and Gabe.
And Gabe and Parker. Yeah, we're talking about it today.
Talking about what?
We're talking about it.
What are we talking about?
It.
Yeah, could you just fucking tell them what we're talking about, Parker, please?
Yeah, we're talking about it.
God damn it. Okay, I don't want to do this anymore. If you're not going to tell us...
We're breaking up for real this time.
Ah!
Next April Fool's Day is going to be a shit show.
They're going to...
Because it's going to be real.
It's going to be... Oh, yeah, we're just actually going to fight.
Yeah. We're just going to let it all out. It's the one day of the year. The Lord's Day. But we're talking about It Chapter 2. Last summer, we did a summer movie review, and we talked about the first It. And that was the best part of that episode, in my opinion. So we just wanted to stretch that right out and talk about it, Chapter 2, for a full episode.
Yeah. So I think how we should start with a very non-spoilery kind of thing, and then we'll just fucking ruin it all.
Oh, see, I was just going to go right from the get-go, spoiler warning.
Oh, okay. Let's do that then.
I think they should be informed right now because I can't control what I say, you know.
Okay, absolutely. All right, so if you're listening to this right now and you haven't seen It Chapter 2, pause this audio podcast, all right? Get in your car, drive to the movie theater, the closest one, because you have to see it pretty immediately. Now, you got to walk in and you need to order the largest popcorn possible. Tell them to layer the butter. Now, once they've layered the butter, tell them to put an ungodly amount of butter on the top and just shake it for about 5 minutes. And I want you to just stick your face in that during all the previews because there are way too many previews. It took like 45 minutes for the movie to start. And you just chow down on that popcorn for a minute. And as soon as you hear the scary music, come back up.
That's my impersonation of the music at the beginning.
All the little babies.
Yeah. That sounds almost exactly like what I did to go see this movie, except for I was like, I wonder how much beer I can drink before I go see this movie. And I won the game. Because I beat myself.
Nice.
But no, going and seeing, I will say this, right out of the gate, not as good as the first one. I just want to get that out of the way. But I want to say this, I haven't had so much fun at the movies in a long, long time.
Okay. Yeah. I think that's fair. I didn't really know what to expect with this movie, but I will say that it was one of my most anticipated movies of the year. Because Chapter 1 was like one of my favorite movies of 2017?
Yeah, 2017.
One of my favorite movies. So I've been waiting for this movie for 2 years now.
Yeah.
I want to say I wasn't disappointed. But yeah, you're right in saying Chapter 1 was definitely the better film.
Yeah. I think that's what it comes down to. I think it was a better film. But again, I think all the scares were there. The things were right. I think that getting into it later, we'll probably talk about the structure. But that was my biggest thing.
I don't think Chapter 2 was scary.
What?
And I'm a bitch.
I thought it had some great scares. One of my favorite scares was Henry Bowers.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever he was walking through that hospital and the balloon was following him outside the windows, and then it pops underneath the bed. That scared the shit out of me because I knew it was coming, but I had no clue what was going to be on the other side of the balloon. And then as soon as I saw, I can't remember that character's name, but it was his buddy from the first film.
Yeah.
That was annoying. That was one of the annoying things that it had to cut. It had to show a flashback of every sort of like little scare that was like, remember we did this in the first movie?
Yeah.
And I was like, I would have known who that was, like immediately. There was those moments where I was like, do you not trust us? Do you not trust us that we all watched the first one hours before the second one?
Yeah.
Because that's what most people I know that went and saw it did. Kind of did a double feature, but whatever. Other than that, like that was still one of my favorites. Did you not get scared underneath the bleachers?
No, I knew that was gonna happen.
I don't know. That dialogue was just made me tense.
The one big scare that got me was the Paul Bunyan statue. That was pretty fucking wild.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I have so many good things to say, but I also have so many questions. I think more than anything, I wanted Bev to not have to end up with any of the dudes. Because I think that was one of the things that could change from the source material and it still stand as a good remake, understanding that the book can stand on its own and the 90s film can stand on its own and that this version of the films can stand on its own. And I don't know, I just felt like her character was not as fleshed out as I think the 90s one was, personally. I felt like her character was so one note.
Yeah, I don't know. It's strange because they were also good, but also it's like when you think about the adults, it's like Eddie and Richie are the ones that stand out. It's like
Yeah.
Everybody else is kind of just there to some degree. Bill had his moments.
But
That
even
were
not,
fun.
but not even that much.
Yeah.
You know,
Just
like,
that
I
one
feel
time
like,
when the kid blew up.
yeah, that was pretty wicked. I think that's the thing is, like, I do see what you mean about the scares, because a lot of them were just like the characters were watching them happen.
Yeah.
If that makes sense, like they were watching. I don't know how to describe that. I don't know how I'm trying to like explain those thoughts, but like they knew what was up pretty much after the Chinese theater, and they all kind of had it on lock, you know. And so
Yeah.
I was just like, for the next 45 minutes, we had to watch each one of them go get their tokens, and I was just like, okay.
Yeah, it was very interesting because this movie followed the exact same formula that the first one did.
Yeah.
Except this time, whenever they are like interacting with Pennywise, the whole thing is like they're not that scared.
Yeah. Yeah. And Pennywise seemed weak the whole time. Like the whole time, I never thought of him as like a formidable like villain at all. Because I knew what was up the entire time, pretty much. I don't know. But ultimately, I think that it had some really good moments.
Oh, absolutely.
The opening was pretty brutal.
Yeah, at first I was like, I don't know what's happening.
Yeah. Well, with the couple at the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had read that that they had seen, like, some people had seen some filming by the river in the town. Okay. So I knew that we were probably getting that moment from the book, because that moment was pretty big in the book.
Okay, I don't know anything about the book.
Well, in the book, it is like, it's like over 1,000 pages, I think. It's very. Yeah, I actually have it. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds. We can cut this out, or we don't have to. It's literally right beside me.
Okay. Parker reads books because he's a nerd. It's like massive. It's a huge book.
It's bigger than the Bible. The page cap is, let's see here. I don't even know how to read. Yeah, it's like 1,152 pages.
Jesus Christ.
53 pages. 53 pages.
Have you read that whole thing?
No, absolutely not. I started it. And
do you know how to read?
I barely.
Okay.
I do well with hieroglyphics. I do well with like pictures. I always win at the picture games. And I'm actually starting a little children's book soon. I'm going to write the words. Very short sentences. That's all I know how to do.
I think you're going to do great.
Yeah, thank you. No, but for 2 seconds, a funny story about going to see this. I really was pretty inebriated, which, you know, whatever. But then that scene where they crawl into they go into the old their old hideout.
Yeah.
Their little bunker, and they all put on shower caps. I was like, straight up, this is not really happening right now. I was like, they're like, just imagine not being like fully there mentally. And I was like, this isn't even real. This is a fake thing. This is a fake scene in this movie. I'm imagining that all the main characters of It Chapter 2 are just in shower caps, and they're having a conversation about shower caps.
Yep, that's real.
And then it was real.
That really happened.
It was totally real. Yeah, it was totally real. I thought I was losing my mind. Yeah. What were some of your favorite moments, Gabe?
Anytime Pennywise was on screen, I was happy. Because Bill Skarsgård is fucking incredible. Mm-hmm. And I think that opener with him, like, chowing down on that little girl, that was great. It was just the same shit with Georgie, but
Yeah.
he kind of switched